Hello, everybody, and welcome to Seth Ream's Advice Podcast Extravaganza. I am your host, Seth Ream, and I am here to give you unsolicited advice on the internet. Because what else do we do here? Am I right? Am I right? I'm right. I know I'm right. Just say it. Just say I'm right. Say it, please. Please, I dare you. I beg you to say it. I beg you to say it. I beg you. We're going to get right into our first one today. All right, it says, my female 23, that's our main character, boyfriend, male 24, his dad, said that I'm not a beauty. During the previous week, I spent a couple of days at my boyfriend's dad's house. I came back home yesterday. Today, my boyfriend told me that when he and his dad took a walk, his dad said that I'm not a beauty, but I am above average looking. Okay. Honestly, this comment sounds so harsh to me. Agreed. All right, we're on the same page so far. I know I'm not pretty, but it seems like he wanted to say that I'm not beautiful and just added the above average to make it seem bearable. I mean, that's probably the case. I spent the whole time wearing no makeup, baggy clothes, etc. I wanted to be comfortable, so of course I made a little effort to look beautiful. It just hurts me that my natural self is not enough. Not gonna lie, this comment got me crying, and it's gonna be very hard for me to feel pretty ever again, especially since I have already been insecure. Okay. It also bothers me that a male who's in his 50s has the audacity to judge young women's looks. Amen, sister. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. That's right. The lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Can I get an amen? There's nobody else here. It's just me. He's fat himself. His forehead is begging for Botox, and he's generally very unattractive. It bothers me that a male this old and this ugly has the audacity to point out young women's looks. Also, when me and my boyfriend were talking with him, he mentioned his 18-year-old niece and that it bothers him she has a mustache. It's such a weird thing to mention when talking about family. I mean, I agree. It is kind of strange for sure for him to be talking about his 18-year-old niece like that. Can't say I'm surprised. But yeah, and one more paragraph. I honestly feel very negative about him right now. I texted my boyfriend that I do not want to spend any more time with his dad. I know it's going to be an issue since we are quite serious in this relationship. Am I exaggerating? How would you deal with this? I think you're exaggerating a little to a degree. At the same time, though, like, good for you. This, I don't think your boyfriend should have told you that, first of all. That's not something that needed to be shared. It's not something that you needed to be aware of. I mean, yeah, his dad, I have no doubt that his dad, who's in his mid-50s, said that, okay? Men at a certain age definitely do that a lot more often than younger men do. For sure. But I'm not surprised by it, unfortunately. I do, like I said, I do think you overreacted a little bit. But I don't know, maybe that's just because I don't think anything of this kind of behavior because I see it all the time as a guy who works and talks to, like, older guys. I'm not super shocked by it. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just, this is a tough one. It's a tough one. Definitely, though, your boyfriend should not have mentioned that to you. That was very unnecessary. Especially if he knows that you're already kind of insecure. That was just a shitty thing to do. So I understand being upset at his father for even saying that. But I think you should be also upset at your boyfriend for even telling you that that happened. So, yeah, I mean, I obviously don't know what you look like, but I'm sure you are beautiful. Just do with that information what you will. Okay, and we will move on to our next question. This one comes from username throw RA63955481113. Y'all just aren't even trying with usernames, are you? You're not. You're really not. Okay. My idiot brother, who is a 42-year-old male, gave who the main character here is a 44-year-old female, daughter, who is a 15-year-old female, some potentially bad advice. But I'm not sure. You came to the right place. The internet. All right, it reads as such. My daughter got into some trouble. Ooh. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt, but there were drugs involved and consequences. Probably lesson learned. She's like very, very hopeful. I think she learned her lesson. Probably, right? Yeah, we'll find out. Anyway, after this, my brother, who has a good heart and always means well, they always do mean well, don't they? But has been in some trouble himself, tried to help and be there for his niece. Of course he did. Anyone who has not been in good situations feels the need to give advice frequently. He basically told her that he will always be there for her, and if she's ever in any trouble, she can call him. And he won't tell her parents. He also said that it's okay to break the rules sometimes, and if she's not sure which rules are okay to break, she can call him and ask. And again, he won't tell her parents. This guy, I love it. I was alarmed by possibly being out of the loop here, especially when my brother is involved. Am I overreacting? Is it actually safer for my daughter to have another adult to confide in? Okay, there's two questions. First one, are you overreacting? I don't really think so. Second question, is it actually safer for my daughter to have another adult to confide in? I do believe yes. I do believe that yes, it is. So, as far as the overreacting, in this post, you don't seem too frustrated about it. Assuming you didn't flip out on your brother. If you flipped out on your brother, that's definitely overreacting. Based off of what he said, I agree his heart is in the right place. He definitely does mean well. And I think the first part, where he says if your daughter is ever in trouble, she can call him and he won't tell her parents. I think that's not super harmful. That is not super harmful. The second part, where he also said it's okay to break rules sometimes, and if she's not sure which ones are okay to break, she can call him to ask. Given what we know about your brother, that last part does not sound great. I don't know what trouble your brother has been in, but I would not want your daughter asking him if it's okay to break rules. I do agree there are some rules that are okay to break given certain circumstances, but I don't think your brother has that good of a judgment of situations to be able to give that advice to a 15-year-old. So I understand you being a little distraught over this. That was a big word, wasn't it? Distraught, yeah. But then, is it actually safer for your daughter to have another adult to confide in? I believe so. And here's why. You can still be the stick-it-to-'em parents that I'm sure you probably are. Laying down the law, putting your foot down when you need to. But there are situations where while you do need someone to lay down the law, you also need someone who's not going to judge you and who's just going to be there for you. You do need someone that you can call and go, hey, I fucked up. I know I did. I need help. And that's what it seems like your brother is doing here for your daughter. And I think that is very healthy. I do think he should still tell you. But if he tells you something, you cannot let your daughter know that you know. Instead, be thankful that you have a brother who cares about your child and who is willing to be there for your child when you might not be the best person in that situation. That is my advice there. So, all round, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And I think it's actually really sweet that you have a brother who cares about his niece that much, that he's willing to be there for her. By the sounds of it, he's made a lot of mistakes, and he doesn't want to see her go down a bad path. It seems like he didn't have someone there for him, and he wants to be there for your daughter. That's just what I'm gathering here. We are going to take a short ad break, and we will be back in a second. Hey there, sexy listeners. It's me. It's your boy, Seth. Again, I would have thought by the 4th episode we'd have a sponsor, but we don't. Probably because there's no viewers or listeners to this. That would be my guess if I had to guess why. And that's probably the reason. But you're here. And that's what matters. You're here. I want to thank you for clicking on this and giving a small-time creator a chance. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. You have no idea how much this means to me. You truly don't. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on notifications. Share this with anyone who you think might enjoy it. I appreciate you very, very much. Let's get back to the show. All right. This one comes to us from Throw RA this _ platform. Interesting. My main character is 34 male. Girlfriend, 29 female. Expects me to pay for everything. ... The suspense. All right. I've been with my girlfriend for nearly a year now. At the beginning, we would make equal efforts to pay the bills whenever eating out. Then, the effort from her end came to a stop, where she would often joke that she wasn't even carrying enough money in her wallet to offer to pay, etc. I have continued paying for the majority, but more recently I mentioned I would like her to show that she was willing to contribute more. She didn't like this. She said that she thought we had become more intimate as a couple. I didn't know what this really meant. Sometimes when we go away, I will cover everything: hotels, transport, food, the full lot. Sometimes I will let her know the cost of the hotel or travel for a half split. But I still maintained paying for all the costs like food and transportation costs without hesitation. She makes it appear like I am not doing enough. I am not sure what else to do. I am not prepared to pay 100% for everything. I would like to see her make more of an effort to contribute, even if I reject and still pay for it. At least I know she's made an effort to want to, but I just don't see that at all. She says that I am keeping a close tab on when she pays and when she doesn't, but I don't know. I just don't see enough effort from her end, and in my opinion, I don't ask for a 50-50 split, but I also don't want a 100-0 split. I feel a middle ground would be better. However, I have always covered more expenses than her considerably, so it's got to the point now where she's made me scared of not paying through this pressure. For background, I do not come from a wealthy background. I only make a small amount more than her. She has always said we can earn money together, but I don't know how I meant to save money for a family one day if I'm made to pay for everything. We get on well everywhere else. It's just when it comes to paying, she doesn't like having to pay. But then, while I pay, I feel like I would appreciate some reciprocation. Are my thoughts valid? There is an edit. I want to edit this post to add, she has compared the way I treat my parents and how I pay for everything for them without question, and that she expects that is the way I treat her too. But my parents are seniors and bring in very little income. I don't think the two are comparable. My GF earns steady income. Break up with her. Break up with her. Break up with her. That's my advice right now. I understand what you're saying. I get it. I get it. I understand the frustration. I really do. If she believes that a year into this relationship, she should be treated the exact same way as your elderly parents who bring in low income, and you don't see her that way, break up. Just break up. The way you're talking, clearly you do not want a family with this woman. So why are you still with her? Good sex? You don't want to be alone? What's your end goal? If your end goal is a family, it's not with her. Break up with her. I mean, really. Really, I think we stay in relationships too long because we think that's just what we need to do. You don't. You're already paying for everything, so it's not like if you split up, you're going to lose out on her income. You're not. You're already paying for everything. Break up. Break up. Clearly, she doesn't respect you enough. This is not a relationship you should be in. Unless you have put out ahead of time. For example, when me and my current girlfriend started dating, I told her, just so you know, I'm paying for everything. That's me, though. That's just what I do, okay? I enjoy doing that. That is one of the ways that I show my love. But you clearly have not set that up ahead of time. So, yeah, break up with her. Break up with her. Because I guarantee if you stay together any longer, you're going to have a lot more issues in this. A lot more issues in this. It's fine. You'll be good. You'll be good. All right. Let's move on to our next questioner. Questioner? Is that what we should say? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the word questioner. This one comes to us from user deleted. Okay, cool. Cool. It says who is 29 male, girlfriend, who is 24 female, slept with her ex the day before I asked her to be my girlfriend. Am I stupid for feeling sick about this? Okay, let's get some context on this. All right. I, who am a 29-year-old male, recently snooped through my girlfriend, who is 24 female, phone, which I know I shouldn't have done that. Debatable, but okay. Lately, I've been feeling emotionally vulnerable and not myself, and I just couldn't resist the urge to look. While scrolling through her photos, I stumbled upon one of her and her ex in bed. Ooh-hoo. The date indicated it was taken the day before I officially asked her to be my girlfriend. Okay. We had been seeing each other for about 4 months at that point, regularly messaging and hanging out. I never initiated the exclusive talk because, foolishly, I thought it wasn't necessary. I wasn't sleeping with anybody else because I was putting all my time into her. Upon further investigation, I checked her Instagram messages and discovered that she had sent her ex a sexual message in response to his Instagram story, initiating contact. She even sent him a text saying, "I want you to fuck me so hard that I can't walk." So we know the sex with this girl is fire, right? To make matters slightly worse, she left me on red that same day. I understand that technically she hadn't done anything wrong since we weren't officially exclusive at the time. However, it's hard to not feel like the memories we shared before weren't as special as I thought. I get that. Despite all this, we have a great relationship, amazing sexual chemistry, and I genuinely love her. We have been official for a little over a year now. But now, my own foolish actions have left me feeling paranoid and unsure of the kind of person she is. Upon further inspection, I noticed she liked her ex's last 2 Instagram posts as well. Although I couldn't find much evidence of ongoing communication between them post-relationship, there were a few messages that seemed inconsequential. I'm unsure about the frequency of their interactions, especially since she cleared most of her message history after losing her phone. I do recall hearing from one of her friends that someone was upset about her new relationship at the beginning. Am I overthinking this, or do I have a valid reason to feel disappointed? I know I can't confront her without admitting that I broke her trust by looking through her phone, so I'm feeling lost. Any thoughts or advice would be appreciated, internet friends. Okay. Dating now is weird. We'll put that out, right? Dating now is weird. You absolutely have to have the exclusivity talk. You have to. Anything that happens up to that point is fair game. But you have to have that exclusivity talk. Clearly you guys are still together, so she felt something there. All right? Maybe she just, in the moment, was like, you know what? I just want my ex for a night. And she wasn't in anything exclusive. So it makes sense. It makes sense. On her end, I get that. On your end, I also understand. That's hard. You definitely thought that up to that point, something had been very special. Clearly, at that point, she thought things had been very casual. And that's okay on both ends. That's fine. The way I see it is, as long as nothing has happened since the exclusivity talk, when you guys decided to be exclusive with each other, you can't hold that against her. You really can't. I don't even know if I would bring it up to her. And it doesn't sound like there's reason for suspicion after you guys became exclusive. So I think you're good. I'd say just take a couple days, man. Process it. I get it. Spend some time with her, and remember why you love her so much. Okay, you can't be worrying about the shit that happened in the past. You gotta think about now. Think about how she's treated you in the past year, right? If that's been good, there's no reason to fret about this. No reason at all. As far as commenting on the next post or something, that's whatever. Is what it is. I know lots of people that have good rapport with their exes. They're not going to go back to them, though. especially when they're in a good relationship now. So you can't hold it against her, man. If there was something else going on here, then I'd say maybe think about it. But at this point, given all the information we have, she's in the clear, man. She is in the clear. So, yeah, just take it day by day. Remember why you love her. Think about how good she's been since you guys became exclusive. That's the best advice I can give you. That's the best I can give you. But you guys got to have that exclusivity talk. If you're not having that exclusivity talk, you can't hold anybody to anything. And I know everybody's afraid of labels right now. We're in a situationship. We're talking. It's why you have to have the exclusivity talk. It is mandatory. Anything that happens before that talk, you cannot hold anybody to. That's just how it is, man. It's just how it is. This will be our final one today. I know you're so sad. You're very upset. Okay. This one comes to us from user throw RA_a_fine_car. Okay. My, who is 28 male, girlfriend, who is 26 female, of 4 years, is actually a 22-year-old female. How can I move past this? Let's do the math. Okay. 4 years, she's 22 now. So she was 18 when you guys started. Okay. Starts out. All right. Basically, when I was 24, I met this great chick. All right. Total smoke show. Super caring, super funny, and just an all-around great chick. We both shopped at the same grocery place, and we made casual conversation a couple of times, and she ended up hitting on me. I wasn't really looking for a relationship. I mean, I was in college, but the second she showed an interest in me, it was like my whole life changed. So I figured, why not give it a go? 6 months later, we moved in together and everything was great. So far, so good. But there were a few things in hindsight that maybe should have told me it wasn't great. For one, she had her own apartment, but was subletting. Told me she lived there for 2 years, but couldn't he on lease because of credit when she first... I think it's supposed to be, but couldn't leave because of credit when she first moved in. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. All right. Second, said she was 22, but she grew up really Christian, so drinking or being around bars and stuff was a big no-no, which at that time was kind of a bummer, but helped me turn my life around a bit. Said she wasn't in contact with her parents because they booted her out when she was 20. But recently I proposed and she's been acting jittery. I confronted her about why she was acting like that. Turns out when we met she was actually 18. So we don't have a 2-year gap between, we have a 6-year gap. She got booted out by her foster parents 2 years before we met and started subletting the apartment, and her family was never Christian or anything. I freaked out, demanded to see her birth certificate because I thought she was fucking with me, but no, she's 22, almost 23. I never had any clue, and she waited all this time to tell me. The age difference kind of freaks me out. I know 6 years isn't that big now, but when we met, that was kind of huge. I really love her. She's a great chick, and I want to marry her, but this whole situation has freaked me out. How do I salvage our relationship? I'm not really having issues trusting again, but the age difference kind of freaks me out. Dude, you need to end it. This is This is a 4-year lie. And in 4 years, I guess you have not met her parents. She's crazy. I think we can all agree on that. She's definitely crazy. Dude. Yeah. Yeah, you need to end that 100%. Yes, I get it. 6 years, not a big age difference. That's not what we're worried about. We're worried about the fact your relationship for 4 years has been lies. And it took her 4 years for you to find out how old she actually is. And the fact that she was not raised how she told you she was. That's fucked up, bro. That is fucked up. Always verify. Always verify. Always verify. Too many crazy bitches out here for y'all to not be verifying. You need to see some ID. You need to see some ID. You need to see a yearbook or something. But you need to verify, especially across 4 years. Leave. Leave. Be happy you are not married yet. Because, oh my God, I can only imagine how horrible this relationship would have turned out. I think you're still going to stay with her. Because it took you 4 years to figure this out. So you're not the brightest. That's okay. Not everybody is. Not everybody's freaking Sherlock Holmes, right? But leave now. Leave now. Please leave now. Please respect yourself enough to leave now. So what have we learned today, folks? What has Uncle Seth taught you? Right? Respect yourself. Or wreck yourself. I think that's really what it comes down to. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you for watching. The one who's looking right into my eyes right now. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. Little forehead kiss. Okay? Make sure you hit like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this with everyone you know. And I will see you guys next time.